Hello, and welcome to the Space Jumper Podcast. My name is Jared, and I am your host. Today we have a very special guest, maybe one of the most popular guests that we've had on the show to date, Miss Tess Krauser.
What is up, everyone? What's up, Larry?
Coming in with 1 million followers on TikTok. Holy shit.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and jump in, and why don't you give us a background on that journey?
So I started TikTok, officially I downloaded the app my senior year of high school, so almost 5 years ago.
Right.
But I wasn't really taking it seriously. I was just posting on it for fun, just honestly having fun with the app. It was a silly app in 2019. And one of my videos blew up, and it was actually me pranking my little brother during his Fortnite game. And I was like, okay, maybe I can do something with this. And that's right where I started, is just kind of like, okay, wait a minute. Something just went viral. I never thought in my dreams that this would ever happen.
Right.
Let's see if we can take this a little bit further.
Wow. And the journey has been interesting, to say the least, for you. That was 2019, and we're 5 years, almost 6 years into it now, and you have made some momentum over those that time span. So what has been like the most interesting aspect of this thing? I mean, a lot comes with having 1 million followers. I mean, that's ridiculous, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. Even to this day, when I think about 1 million people follow me, that's crazy. But I think the craziest part is honestly all the milestones I've hit, and I'm not even talking about followers. I'm talking about I got invited to Playlist Live a few years ago, and I got to meet my supporters, and I love my supporters. They're the reason that I'm where I am today. And I think that has been the craziest part, is people coming up to me in public, and even it happens here in Houston. I'm at the Galleria, and people come up to me and they're like, "Hey, can we take pictures?" And I think that's the most mind-blowing, craziest, amazing experience to me, is I'm like, whoa, these people like what I'm posting. These people like my content. I'm making hopefully a positive change in these people's lives.
Yeah, I feel like everything that influencers and people are posting, I don't really think that they understand the weight behind it, and I feel like you do, because you have you have that understanding of that people run into daily struggles, and I feel like you and your content kind of helps them through that in a way. What would you say what has been the most memorable one that you have done? I mean, because you do a lot of different things, right?
Yeah, I would say, honestly, I wouldn't say my most memorable isn't even on TikTok. I would say it's probably my skydiving vlog that I did whenever I went skydiving here in Houston, or when I got my wisdom teeth removed. I think that vlog was very funny, but I think that's just what comes to mind whenever you ask me that.
Right. Okay. Well, that actually makes me take a step back here. So I told you that I checked your TikTok out and things like that, but I'm not completely familiar on what it is that you do, and it sounds like you do a lot of things. So why don't you go ahead and clear up a little bit of the misunderstanding there, and tell me what it is that you do.
On TikTok, I do lifestyle content, and then also relatable content for girls and teens, I guess. And then on YouTube, I take more of a daily, day-to-day life vlogs. I like doing vlogs. And then, I would just say vlogs on YouTube, on TikTok, lifestyle, and relatable content for sure.
Wow. And you said that you had this skydiving vlog?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I went over. It was actually for my ex-boyfriend's birthday. He was like, let's go skydiving. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And we lived in Conroe at the time, up north of Houston. And we went to this place called Skydive Houston out in Waller, I believe. And we jumped out of a plane. We actually went up once, and then a storm happened when we were in the little plane. And I'm talking a rickety plane, no seats. You're sitting on the floor, and you're sitting on a random man's lap too, because you're strapped in with the instructor.
Right.
So we're going up, and then it starts storming, and the pilot's like, "Y'all aren't going to be able to jump today." So then we had to go back down, go back the next day, go back up in the plane, sit on another random man's lap, and then jump out of the plane.
That is hilarious. You know, how are you feeling when you're in this airplane? You know, because I've never been skydiving, and you know, it is on the bucket list. But like I said, I'm a little bit of a wuss when it comes to heights. So what's going through your mind when you're, you know, thousands of feet up in the air looking down at the world?
Honestly, I was having motion sickness when I went up, but I was really freaked out, and it was honestly okay. My mind was pretty calm. I was like, all right, we're going to do this. I was nervous. And then the plane door opened and I was like, oh my God, like land the plane. I'm done. But they make you jump. You should definitely do it. Like, I don't regret it at all. Like, I would 100% do it again. I think it was just because I was doing it for the first time and I didn't really know what to expect.
What do you mean they make you jump?
You have to jump. Like,
you have to jump.
Like, well, I don't, like, if you're having like a panic attack or something, they probably won't make you. But like, they were like, yeah, we're going. And I was like, I don't want to. He was like, you made it this far. Like, you have to.
Oh my God. Yeah.
No, but it's fun. Definitely do it if you ever have an opportunity to.
I think I will, but maybe next year. Yeah. You know, it's definitely, like I said, it's on the bucket list, but man, heights just freak me out. I was told a story when I was younger about this lady that went up and she had did it, you know, like several times a month, and her parachute never opened. And that was like always, I mean, I had nightmares about that, you know?
I would
and
too.
So I'm like, you know, I don't want to like bet my fate on, you know, a mechanical object, you know?
The same thing happened to one of my mom's friends, like way before I was born, but she didn't tell me until after I went skydiving. She was like, I didn't want to freak you out, but like this happened. Because I asked her, like, why don't we go skydiving together? Because my dad's also been skydiving. But my mom was like, no, one of my friends died. Their parachute didn't open. So like, no. And I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah, no.
But I feel like that's rare, no?
I mean, it has to be rare. Look, I have a little... I have my good old favorite Chat GPT open.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. I'm going to say, how common is it for a parachute to not open?
Yeah, a little malfunction action.
Oh. Okay, obviously it's saying it's not common. We're looking at 1 for every 200,000 jumps.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. That's
you might be
better
the one,
luck than the
though.
lottery, honestly. That's
Yeah,
you
that
know,
is. You might be the one, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I was
Let's hope
I was
not.
hoping that you would talk me into this, but I don't know.
No, I think you should. I don't think you will be the one, but I think it's an experience, bro. You've never felt life like you have before. Whenever you're literally falling so fast to the earth, and like we talked about it before we started filming. Like, it doesn't feel like you're falling; it feels like you're floating, and it's a completely different, like, euphoric experience. Like, I would recommend to do it.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Have you seen that guy that's like on the Red Bull team?
Yeah.
And he jumps from like the highest point.
From like space, and like you can see the earth.
You could see the curvature and everything. I mean, that's scary.
Yeah, like
I would do it.
I wouldn't do that.
Did you see that he on the ground you could hear it just like once he hit a certain speed. I mean, it's scary. Oh my gosh,
like breaking like the sound barrier.
Breaking the sound barrier. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Gosh. I know. Yeah, that's moving. But you could see that he was so happy to hit the ground too. Like, he was on the ground. He was safe, you know. So
thank God, right?
Honestly, yeah, that would have been brutal. So what other cool stuff are you into? You know, you said skydiving.
Mm-hmm. I travel a lot. Right now I haven't really been, but I'm going to go to Europe and the Middle East this summer, or hopefully. I'm not sure about the Middle East. We'll see. It's pretty unrest over there. But yeah, I love traveling. Traveling, I would say, is definitely like one of my passions. I would say I love learning about the world through firsthand, like experience and everything.
Larry, come here.
Larry, what are you doing, dude?
he just started that like a couple weeks ago. He likes to walk up to people and start humping their leg. And I don't understand why. And, you know, I've been trying to not get him fixed just because, you know, like, I don't want to take that away from him, you know, but I think it's coming down to it, you know.
It's coming down to it. Larry.
Yeah, I know.
You dog.
Have you ever seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah. How are you going to relate your dog to Game of Thrones right now?
You know that guy that they castrate?
Like one of the Starks, like the
Yes,
I forgot his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Larry's gonna be doing my laundry soon and all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
You got to get to work, Larry. Earn your keep.
I know. Oh, Larry.
He's so sweet.
So
though.
yeah, I love traveling. I love seeing the world, and I could agree on the point that you made about kind of getting into the grid of things and seeing cultures for firsthand and things like that. I think that that's very big. I've always wanted to do that, but I've never gotten out of the United States.
Really?
Well, I say that I've taken a couple cruises to Mexico, but as far as like getting out and exploring culture, I haven't been able to do that yet. But that's definitely on the list to do, because I love how each culture is different and people do things in different ways, and I think it's very good to see how other people live.
I completely agree. Yeah, you definitely should travel, bro.
I know.
What?
I know.
No, like at least like fly to like Cancun or something, or Central America. Central America is really cool. You just need to be careful and respectful when you're there.
Yeah.
Like I went to Guatemala last year and it was really amazing.
Oh.
But you just need to make sure you're doing things by the book there, because like you said, like it is different cultures and different expectations for how people are supposed to like act in public and stuff, and that's what you learn as you travel.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
and you kind of have to adapt to other countries' norms, and that's fine because that's other countries, and that's like part of the experience and everything.
I want to get that experience in like Brazil.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And honestly, maybe even like Africa or things.
I would
something like
love
that.
to go to Africa. I would love to go to Morocco.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Morocco.
Yeah, Morocco or Egypt. Egypt's rich with culture.
Yeah. Egypt would be nice. I would love Morocco because I know they do like rally racing over there. And I don't follow the sport, but I love it.
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
I
one of
know.
those things.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's cool. So, how long have you been in Houston? Are you born and raised here?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in
Wow.
Houston. I grew up in the Heights, and now I live in Acres Homes. If you know where that is,
I don't.
It's like north of the Heights. It's right outside the Loop, like the first Loop.
Ah, okay. I
Yeah.
see. Okay, yeah, that's right. We were chatting about that earlier.
Yeah,
briefly.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot going in Houston. There's a lot of talent in Houston. As far as anything, as far as your business, and as far as many other businesses. Everybody's doing something different, and I think that's the beauty of a big city. Is there's so much variety. And do you have any favorite places, since you have kind of like an insight of Houston?
Like I have I have this split up into categories for like experiences. I like Buffalo Bayou Park for like seeing like just like it's a beautiful, and like what the city's done to the park is really nice, and like the amenities they have is really nice. And then I also really enjoy the Natural Science Museum. I go like every week.
Really?
I don't know. I've been going there since I was a kid, and I love it. And then
What's your favorite part about it?
Oh, I love the dinosaur exhibit and the butterflies. The
Okay.
butterflies are very cool. I was actually there on Tuesday.
Nice. I
Yeah.
love butterflies. I saw a butterfly this morning when I was letting Larry out, and
Yeah,
I
you're
was
like, oh.
come back.
You're like, come here. No, like literally, I'm at the museum and I'm like, land on me. I'm like scooping them up from the plants. I'm like, hi.
Yeah.
No, and then for food, I have some really good restaurants like to recommend, honestly. And they're all very different and they're all really, really good. So there's Jamaican Ponde Road. It's this Jamaican restaurant. They have amazing jerk chicken and oxtail and like oxtail egg rolls. Like it's so amazing. It's up in Acres Homes. And then there's Beetlejuice. Have you heard of that? It's over on Washington, and they have one in Montrose too. And it's not a Beetlejuice themed place, but they do have like attributes to Beetlejuice and like stuff like that. But their drinks there are like very creative, and their food that they make is also like very creative and delicious. And I'm pretty sure they pan fry pizza. I think I might be mistaking pan baked or pan fried pizza. They do it like some way that hasn't been done before, and it's really good.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's those two places
love
are
pizza
definitely.
so much.
You should check out Beetlejuice. I'm telling you, it's unlike any other pizza like you've ever had. Like I promise, it's worth it.
Have you ever tried Gypsy Poet?
No, what's that?
I haven't tried it. I've heard great things about it. I heard it was like top-notch pizza.
Oh, nice.
So,
I
yeah.
love a good pizza. Every city I go to, I try and find a pizza place. Yeah, because my dad's from Philly, so we have this thing called tomato pie out there. Do you know what that is? It's just basically pizza without cheese and toppings. It's just sauce.
Oh, that makes sense.
Hi, Dairy. Come here.
And that's like a favorite over there?
Yeah, it's literally called like Philly tomato pie. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I grew up eating it. Oh my God.
So you like it better than pizza?
Yeah, I actually do. I like, I prefer it. No, he's so sweet. Don't worry about it. No, I prefer tomato pie, but down here they just don't make it the same. Hi, bub.
I know. I need to get his little nails clipped because
he's fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're perfect.
He's real sweet, but them claws, man, they will get you.
Yeah. You're so sweet.
But yeah, no, I like I said, I love pizza, and I probably have an unhealthy relationship with pizza because well, it's pretty basic, but it's still good pizza. Zalat Pizza is right across the street, so it's really easy just to walk outside, grab a pizza, come back, and binge watch something.
They sell those in Kroger too, no? Right?
I don't know.
I think at my Kroger they had one.
What?
Yeah.
Was it frozen?
I don't think so. I think it was like an actual like diner. You know how Kroger has like, here's like you can buy chicken, or like you can buy like the rotisserie chicken, or you can get like sushi. Yeah. Like they had like a pizza place there. Oh. Yeah, Zalat. That's what it's called. Okay, I was like, I don't want to mispronounce it.
Zalat. I was saying Zalat. I think
it's Zalat. Zalat.
Zalat.
Maybe both. We'll say both.
Depends on the culture.
Yeah, right. It depends on the culture.
But yeah, I have an unhealthy obsession with food, honestly. I'm trying to cut down, as I told you before, before we got this thing rolling, I'm trying to cut down my sugars. I'm trying to cut down my carb intake, no breads. And
good for you.
Yeah, so I have the fridge stocked with sparkling water and these sparkling ice drinks, which are really good, by the way.
No, I love these. Yeah. These are good.
Zero sugar.
Sponsor him.
Yeah. I know. I was trying to get Mountain Valley on the podcast. Like, they never replied though. So
that's okay. Like, we'll get them.
Yeah.
We'll get them next time.
We'll get you eventually. Yeah. A podcast table really isn't complete without a Mountain Valley.
No,
bar, I will say. I will say.
And I will agree.
So, what other cool stuff? I mean, you're just pretty much an interesting cat. I mean, you're everywhere and anywhere. So, where would you like to start?
What do you mean,
or continue? At least.
Continue. I mean, like, are you talking about like living wise?
Yeah, just whatever.
I would like to hopefully live in Houston for maybe like another 6 months to a year. And then maybe move out of the country. I'm not sure yet. Maybe move to Austin. It's like either out of the country or Austin. Like 3 hours away or like 18-hour flight. Like, which is it?
Right.
And I haven't figured it out.
I had a friend, his name is Nick, and he just went home because he's from Austin. And he was like, I'm moving to Austin. I'm moving back. You know, he loved it there. And so, that's always been, been a thought, like an idea in my mind. Like I wanted to move to Austin for the longest. But then I moved to Houston and I wanted to move out. Then I started looking around, and like I said, Houston just has so many options.
It's really dope here.
The only thing that I wish that they had, which I mean they may, but like a body of water, like a source of water where everybody's like
there
going.
There is one. What? I would not recommend swimming in them though. There's Lake Houston and Lake Conroe.
Yeah.
And then you have Galveston.
Yes.
No, yes. I agree though. I wish we had a lake like what's it called up there? Lake I don't even know. What's it called? Ladybird Lake?
Ladybird Lake, yeah, I think so.
Is that the one that people swim in? I feel like that's not right. I feel like that's not the big one. Lakeway? I don't even remember what it's called. Like it's not Lake Austin. I don't know.
Let's check
it out. Yeah. What's the big lake in Austin called? Lake Travis. Shout out to Emily.
Shout out to young Jamie over there. Yeah. Yeah,
Shout out to Jaime.
So I have actually heard that Lake Travis is disgusting.
I agree. Yeah. I would not swim in any lake, honestly. Yeah. I'm scared of lakes. Have you heard like the tales about like Lake Lanier being haunted and stuff? I'm like, what's stopping it from the other lakes being haunted?
Oh my God. Yeah, that's the worst thing. And especially being in like a lake, because you hop in the water and the water's so dark and you can't really see a foot under you. So you don't know what's like lurking in the waters, like... Yeah. That's why the Jaws movies are terrible.
Yeah, that's like a whole like actual phobia too, is like being scared of things that you can't see in the water or like man-made. Like I'm scared of like, have you ever seen the videos of like the sunken like boats or something, and it's like the children's like boats from like the
Oh,
old
no.
theme parks.
Oh,
Oh my god,
no.
they scare me. I don't like them. They make my toes curl.
Oh no! I remember watching. I think they sent like a little robot down to explore the Titanic, and that was freaky.
No, I don't like that. It's so like ghostly.
Yeah.
It's like there's something like, oh, obviously like, oh, what happened? Like the Titanic sunk, like lots of people like died, unfortunately, but it's just like it's just something about it. It's just yeah.
Yeah, the deep dark abyss is very the unknown is scary, you know, and our imaginations just flourish. So I mean, we're imagining probably the worst.
Exactly.
But I did hear going back to the lakes. There was a guy that I knew who jumped into a lake, and water went up his nose. Well, you know, not a big deal, right?
Right? No.
He was he passed away like a week later from a brain-eating amoeba.
No, stop. Oh my
Yeah.
God. No, I've heard of those.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, no lakes also.
Yeah, so they're real prominent in like water that's stagnant and not moving.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely not.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a rough one. And you know, because the bad thing is you can't stop it. Once it's in, like once it goes in your brain.
Yeah, what are you
it's
gonna
done.
do?
I mean,
You're
you
done.
you can't cut it out. You know.
No,
It's
time to get
cutting your brain.
comfortable
Yeah.
and bat down the hatches.
Yeah, so it's scary. You know, there's a lot of things out there lurking, and you know, microbes.
Yeah.
And anywhere from microbes to monsters. You know, just.
Monsters and ghosts and ghouls, all of that. Do you believe in the paranormal?
Well, I don't not believe it. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that. I believe that there's spirits, you know, as far as like, you know, good energy. But, you know, if I believe in good energy, I don't think it would be, I think it would be ridiculous to not believe in bad energy also.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I
There's
absolutely.
a balance with every aspect in life.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, like even with
Equal
like
and
social
opposite,
media,
yeah.
like I have supporters, but then I also have haters that like are actually horrible and like
Yeah.
try and break me
How
down.
is that, by the way? I'm sure that you have to have, you know, like, I mean, there's some pretty ridiculous bullying going on online. I don't know if
I've
you've
been
experienced
doxxed I've been doxxed.
What do you mean?
Like people have leaked my mom's address, called the police to my mom's house. Like my mom's house has been swatted and I haven't lived there for almost like 5 years. So
Oh
it's just
my
like,
God.
what are they doing? And my old address that I lived at in Conroe got leaked, like on a very minuscule level where people were just sending us, like they didn't call the police, thank God, but people would send us 10 pizzas, 15 pizzas, and we would just have
wow.
to be like, hey, we didn't order this. And it got to the point where I was like, hey, Pizza Hut, if you get any cash orders for this address, don't send it. Like I promise, like
How often were they doing that?
like weekly at one point. Like it went on for like 2 months where like every week, like at some time we would get a pizza delivery. And it's scary too because
Do
it's
you
like,
think that they were
ooh.
trying to be nice?
No, because if they were trying to be nice, they would have paid for it. They wouldn't have
Oh, they
given me.
didn't pay for it?
No, they made it like a
Oh.
cash order. That's why I was saying don't send cash orders here because we would just pay for it online with our credit cards.
Right. I
Yeah.
see what you're saying now. Wow, that's so.
And I
that's so
felt
crazy.
bad. I felt like a actual mean person because I have to tell the delivery person it's not their fault. I'm like, hey, like, are you gonna get like penalized for this? Like
Yeah.
what's going on? Because this is like $200 worth of pizzas. Like
That's crazy.
Like, are you gonna get penalized? Most of the time, they were like, no, we won't.
Yeah,
Like,
they
we're good.
probably brought it back, and
Yeah.
the cooks probably
ate it
home,
or
yeah,
something,
yeah.
or like took it home. Who knows?
Yeah,
I mean, hopefully
They
it didn't get
probably
wasted.
They probably love getting those calls. They're like, "Yeah, we got pizza tonight."
Yeah, you're like, bet 10 pizzas, 15
Yeah.
pizzas. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God. So I bet that's only the tip of the iceberg, though.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
no, there's lots of hate. It doesn't even end at like comments and stuff. It's like the direct messages are horrible. Like sometimes they've gotten better, I would have to say, over the years. But when I first started blowing up, like in 2020, 2021, they were horrible. Like absolutely, like it did break me down for a minute because I was only 20 years old and I was still trying to like
Yeah.
figure out my way in the world. But now that I'm 23, I've learned to deal with it better. But yeah, it was brutal at one point for like a couple months where it was just like every time I opened up my message request, it was, you know, like hate after hate after hate after hate, and it's just it was horrible.
yeah, that's actually ridiculous. To be
Yeah.
fair, what are you doing to keep your mind healthy? You know, I mean, you have a lot of negative things coming your way. So, I mean, how do you block that out?
I try and do more good than bad in the world. It makes me feel good to do good. Like, for example, a small thing that I do is in my neighborhood, there's a lot of stray dogs and stray cats. I'll drive around and give the dogs water, or if I have any dog food, I'll give them dog food. But I also feed the cats every single day that come up to my house. I feed like 6 cats, I think. There's 3 kittens and then 3 adults. Yeah, and it's just like little stuff like that. Or like I volunteered before, like when I talked about going to Guatemala, I was volunteering there and helping raise I guess, or helping with the marketing, I guess, for this volunteer agency to try and get them more funds so they can continue volunteering in Central America.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, recently I just cleaned out my closet and I'm getting together like a big bag of clothes that I'm not using anymore. And I'm trying, honestly, it just, it popped in my mind today that maybe like I should start running like a clothing donation thing, you know, from Space Jumper and kind of letting people donate clothes
That'd
and
be
then
dope.
give
I
it
would
to
donate.
and then give it to like somewhere that could help it or maybe distribute it. You know, I don't know.
So there's lots of homeless around in Houston, and I'm sure that
Yeah.
they would like appreciate it. You just need to be careful.
I know. My first contact would probably be John Locke. He helps run Food Not Bombs.
Oh, nice.
In downtown.
Yeah.
And they're doing some really amazing things, and they're actually also getting some negativity their way. Did you see what's going on with them?
No.
So their mission is to feed people that are hungry.
Yeah.
And so they have a thing every week in downtown that where they get people together and they cook and feed people that are hungry and that need food. Well, they're actually, as soon as the new mayor came in, Mayor Whitmire.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say he, but that whole group of political BS led to them getting like almost 100 tickets for feeding the homeless. Yeah, so
That's ridiculous.
Food Not Bombs went through like almost 100 tickets. Yeah, and now they're going through a court case and all kinds of stuff.
That's ridiculous for trying to help with, like, to try and make up for what the city doesn't do for them.
Yeah. And they were getting almost bullied by the city because they were getting trash cans removed from their areas of like designate where trash should be going. And then they would take out porta potties where nobody
how
could.
nice.
Yeah,
right.
so,
like, what are you doing to help with doing that?
Exactly.
Like, oh, you want more trash on the street? Oh, you want these people to not be able to have like at least some sanitation?
right. I mean, if nobody's making a move, but we're ticketing the people that are, what's the point?
Then, that's sad that that's happening.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into them.
Yeah, look into it. Yeah, they're doing some awesome stuff. But yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm not very political at all.
Yeah.
But I don't really see the need to be, because everything's just so complicated and there's just so many components to different things.
And there's so much gray area with
Right.
everything.
So much gray area.
And it's just like,
yeah.
well,
Yeah, and if I one time I was like, you know what, maybe I need to look into this more, and I looked at the difference between like Democrats and Republicans, and there's there's so much overlap.
Yeah, there
that
is.
It's like, man, how can you even say
the two-party
you know?
system's definitely broken and outdated
Yeah.
in the United States. But what am I gonna do, right? I'm just a TikToker, right? No one's gonna
I think
listen to me.
you have more influence than probably most politicians.
And I try to use that for good. I really do. It's hard sometimes because, like you said, it's like relating back. Like, someone's always going to be upset with what you're doing. Even if it's helping a large majority of people doing so much good, there's always going to be that one person that's like, well, why'd you give him a ham sandwich instead of a turkey sandwich? Or like something like that, where it's just like, why are you finding room to complain right now?
Oh yeah, there's always going to be those people. It's always going to be drawn out and made more complicated than it really is. You know?
Right. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. So that's it's definitely an odd system and an odd time that we're living in.
Yeah, it's super odd.
But like I said, I think people such as yourself are helping these younger generations coming up kind of understand what it means to be free and to think on their own and things like that. And I think it's crucial. I think it's very important that we have people such as yourself. You know, you said just a TikToker, but you have so much more weight than that. You know,
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, your voice carries more than maybe that you realize. You know, because
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I just try to make people happy. You know, I look back at when the whole reason I really wanted to do social media, like I started it. And it, like, I was like, okay, this could be something. It's because like I grew up on YouTube, you know, like I was growing up when YouTube was blowing up, and there was all those YouTubers back in like the early 2010s, and you know, and I just remembered how happy they used to make me, or like how I would be going through, you know, being a 13-year-old girl and like my life, and then all the personal stuff happening too, and then being able to use YouTube or this person as an escape. So I hope that I can do something similar, even if it's not as impactful on people.
Well, how do you plan on moving forward with this, with your current, you know, overall situation? I mean, because you're doing pretty good.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm just gonna keep posting TikTok. I want to move my content more from relatable content more into traveling, like on YouTube and stuff, but that's gonna take a little bit to get going. And then I just want to continue to make people happy, help people out, you know, just try.
Yeah, just doing your thing. You know? Well, that's cool. I just recently ordered a little gimbal for my camera and some external, some mics and things. And so, like I was telling you, I love food. And so I was like, man, I'm just gonna, I'm going out to dinner anyways. I might as well start.
Make a little review.
Yeah, doing a little review.
Yeah, one of my friends does that for restaurants out in Austin. He makes like little reviews here and there, and I'm like, hey.
Yeah, and the thing is, people want you to show off their food, you know, and you know, because it brings in businesses, and that's kind of the goal with this thing is, you know, not just interviewing cool people like yourself, but also people with you know, that are developing their business, and they have things going on that they want to talk about. Yeah. So you know, I've had guys on here that they sell pies, or they make soaps with, you know, my friend Brandon, he makes soaps with his wife, and they make all kinds of different fragrances and teas.
That's sick.
Yeah, so it's really cool to see how people live, you know, and what they do, and why they do it, because you know, that's kind of what makes the world go round. Everybody's different in their own little way, and so
I like it that way.
Yeah. So having this platform kind of shines light on a little bit of everything. So.
Yeah. No, I try definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me think. I had have you ever had that thing where you think of things and then it instantly
all the
leaves?
time.
It's like,
yeah,
oh my God.
all the time. Trust me. Like whenever I live stream, I always have like, okay, I'm gonna talk about this, and this, and then I go live and I'm like, get ready with me, I guess. Yeah. Like, I guess I'll just do this now.
Are you doing like get ready with me videos and stuff like that?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, it's not really like my focus. I mostly just go live and I'll get ready with people so that I can actually like converse with people, and like people always comment whenever in my live streams. They're like, you actually talk to us. Like other creators just kind of like talk to themselves or talk to other people in the room. Like you're reading comments and stuff. And I'm like, yeah. It's the least I can do, you know? Like, okay, let me take 10 seconds to read five comments and reply to them.
Too, you know? That's fun, yeah.
And it's really fun for me. Like people tell me about their days. People ask me for advice, and I love yapping. So I love going live.
See, I've always been nervous to go live. Like I feel like I start stuttering and get kind of uneasy.
It's like it's not even real though. You're not like talking to the people. So that's what I just imagine. I'm like, it's like, because I don't know about you, but I narrate my days throughout the day. Like if I'm getting ready, sometimes I'll be like, this is so embarrassing. I'm like, now I'm gonna use my e.l.f. blush, and I'm not talking to anyone. So I'm like, might as well like
that's hilarious.
Do that on live. Yeah, I don't know. Is that like a sign of like something bad?
No. I think it's normal. We could ask ChatGPT if you want.
I don't know if we should. I'm kind of afraid of the answer.
Yeah, I know. Something happened to me recently, and I asked somebody for some advice, and they were like, "Well, maybe you should, talk to somebody else. And I'm like, oh no, that's never good, you know?
Yeah, like maybe you should talk to like a professional about this. You're like,
yeah, maybe you should, seek somebody who
knows
has
what they're talking about. You're like, oh, okay, that's that bad.
Yeah.
You're like, great, thank you. You didn't help at all.
I go back in my little house and close my door.
And not
shut
talk
the
to
blinds.
anyone.
Yeah,
exactly. Shut the blinds. Turn off all the lights.
That's definitely hard to do living on Shepherd Drive,
Oh, yeah.
because there's people moving all hours of the night,
Oh, we were looking down and there's like a little like social area down there. And then there's like a bar down the street and then there's pickleball.
Yeah,
like,
and then Washington's right over here.
Washington's so much.
Washington,
Have you been on Washington?
I have, and I barely remember.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
I just did my million party over there at Bottle Blonde. Yeah, they hosted me. They were actually really nice
That's
about
super cool.
it.
Yeah, we've had a couple sections at Bottle Blonde before, and it's fun. It's a great time. But then I wake up and I'm like,
you're like, why'd I do this?
Oh my god!
Life hack: if you're hungover, take Dramamine, and then go back to bed. Like when you wake up hungover, take it. Go back to bed. If you have nothing else to do, sleep it off, and it helps so much. It helps.
I've never done that. I've always tried like BC powder, like
Dramamine.
the day before, yeah. And then what is it? The vitamin C powder.
I have no idea, honestly.
Sure.
I don't drink that much, but like I don't know how to do preventatives. I just know how to take care of it after.
Yeah, alcohol will do you. It'll do you in.
Yeah.
I had probably. I've had some rough nights on drinking and things like that. I don't drink as much anymore, and when I go out, I'll have a glass of wine and things like that. Maybe
so
a couple shots.
Yeah, a couple shots.
We spoke too soon.
We got the tequila.
Yeah, it's not Clase Azul, it's Luna Azul, but it'll do.
No, I don't know anything about tequila, so shout out to Luna Azul.
Yeah, it's honestly a lot of restaurants use it as their house tequila.
Oh, nice.
And it's good. It's really good, especially with an orange.
An orange?
It's like a must. So if you're taking a shot of tequila, gotta have the orange. Clase Azul, you've probably seen it. It's like the big, like white towers with the blue.
Oh
leaves.
yeah.
And it has the bell at the top.
Yeah.
If you hit it, it'll ding. That's probably my favorite tequila. But
I don't think I've had that one. But at my million party, we had Casamigos, and it was
okay.
really good.
Yeah,
what's it called? It wasn't the Blanco. It was Reposado.
Oh, Reposado.
Reposado. Yeah. That's what we liked. It was really good. We had 2 bottles of that.
I have to. Oh my god. Yeah. This is how bad it got last time we went to Bottle Blonde. I don't know. We had a couple bottles there, and we ended up leaving like a full bottle just because everybody was just smashed.
Yeah, you're like, all right.
Yeah, it wasn't even working. It wasn't even worth it. Like it was just everybody.
You were so gone at that point. You're like, I just need to go home right
now.
And
the bad thing is we got the section and everybody was done for by like midnight. And so I think we ended literally everybody just left.
That's how you know it's a good night though. Yeah, you're done by midnight. That's a good night.
I'm getting old these days.
Me too.
I'm about to be 28 in July.
Really?
Yeah, and so that's it's taking its toll. I can't drink as heavy as I did. I used to drink more in high school than I did.
That's how I feel too. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I feel like I did more in high school than I do as a legal adult or like as a teenager.
Because it was rebellious then.
It was rebellious.
It was like everybody didn't have the guts to do it,
No.
So it's like,
and I don't know how, because I used to go to like Spire and stuff when I was like 18,
What
17 years old. It was, I don't even know if it's open. It was this club downtown. And I would go there when I was literally like 17. They would let me in and it was an 18 plus club. So nothing crazy, but they did serve alcohol. And I just remember I'm like, how did I do this? Because there was one point in time, like the summer after I graduated college, I like to think, this is like very generous that I'm calling myself this, but I like to think of myself as like a socialite in Houston, Texas, because I was going out every single night. I was having a Paris Hilton early 2000s moment, going out every single night. Everyone knew who I was. Like I was getting in places, no problem. And it's just like, I don't know how I did that. Like, I don't know how I got drunk, woke up the next day, and then did it all again, and then repeated that cycle all summer long.
I know. I've done it before too. And it gets crazy.
I literally don't know how I do it. I try and go out whenever I'm in LA. I try going out 2 nights in a row and I'm like, nope, like this is not going to work.
Yeah. Honestly, I if I go out, I don't go out for like another month these days. Like, you know, I don't get that like that itch to go out and drink and things like that.
I'm like, what's gonna happen? People are gonna try and talk to me. It's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I'm gonna get drunk. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be foggy and
Have you ever
probably
been to
smell
Heart?
bad. Yeah. Yeah.
The bass
I
in
don't
there.
want to say anything bad about Heart, but no, thank you.
I probably won't go in too hard on them either, but let me just say the last time I was there, the bass was so loud. Oh my, I mean, it was rattling my brain.
I have earplugs that I take whenever I
Yeah.
do, like the rare occasion I do go out. Actually, I have a horror story with Heart. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, no, actually I do. I wasn't gonna dig,
Yeah.
but yes.
Okay. So no offense to Heart, it's not y'all, it's your employees. But my friend left her phone there one night, and we knew it was still there based on because I had her location. So we went back the next day. We called. They were like, "Yeah, come in before we open. It's all good." And we're standing outside, and we're waiting for. I think it was like a promoter or something that she knew. It was someone there that she knew to bring us inside so she could get her phone from Lost and Found. And we're standing out there, and some bottle girls walk by, and they're like, "Oh, Craig, you need to stop overcharging the fat girls." And I was like, what in the heck just happened? Like, I was honestly shook because that has never happened.
Talking about y'all?
Yes. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I've never
my
talked about
God.
that like online ever.
That's terrible, actually.
Yeah, and that made me never want to go to
Why
Heart
did
again.
they say that? Why?
I don't know. You know, everyone has something going on in their lives where they,
Yeah.
if someone has to feels the need to be negative to a stranger, who, especially, you know, just someone standing there, another girl, nonetheless, there's something going on where it's like, I'm sorry, like I don't know what's going on in your life, but obviously something is to make you that negative, and I'm glad it's not going on in my life.
Yeah, I feel bad for that person, you know, because I've worked at bars and restaurants, you know, growing up and things like that, and the bar industry is usually pretty chill, you know.
Yeah, no, I have friends in the industry.
Yeah, and they're usually very very welcoming and things like that. She's probably just jealous or something.
Yeah,
you
something.
know?
I don't know. That just like that shook me up, and I have not been. That was like 3 years ago, and I haven't been back to Heart
man.
since.
Dang.
Never.
Well, that stinks. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
But yeah, like I
It's
said,
just Heart.
I went 1 or 2 times, and oh my God, I was like, I probably won't go there again. But I will say, the very last time that I went there, I also left my phone.
Yeah. Did it get stolen, or did you find it?
It didn't get stolen. Somebody turned it in, and I
Shout out to them.
I know. And I went and picked it up from the manager at their whatever. I guess they have like a building, like an office building, an office space. I went and picked it up from their office, and they were very nice. They gave me my phone. They gave me like free like VIP passes and
That's
things
what
like
I'm
that.
saying.
So-
Like, they're nice, but it's just like that. And Heart's a cool venue. It is. It's a cool
Yeah.
little spot, but it's just like I don't want to run into that girl ever again if she's still working there.
Yeah, she probably is.
Yeah, probably. Who knows? Hope she feels better.
Dang. Yeah, I mean, but that's the struggle of being on social media and being well known, you know.
Yeah, she also could have known who I was also,
Right,
and just
yeah.
like been wanting to be like an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are like that, you know, and
I don't get it.
yeah. I mean, you never know people's certain situations and what they're going through, and I know that that's, you know, something to consider when somebody's like mean or
Yeah, that's
things
why
like
I
that.
didn't do anything back. I didn't like complain to anyone about her, which I really could have, but like I'm just not that type of person. I'm like, who knows? Maybe she was having a bad day. Like maybe her tire got flat on the way to work and she had to like change her tire on the side of the road, and then she sees these random girls standing outside her job. Who knows? Whatever. I have forgiveness in my heart.
Yeah, I guess it happens. Yeah, I know living in, or I say living, working in the industry growing up, I am like, if I get food, if I order food and it doesn't come out like the way that I asked, I'm eating it. I'm not gonna be like, excuse me, you didn't get this right. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna deal with it. If it has mustard, I didn't ask for mustard. I'm just gonna wipe the mustard off. Okay.
That's what I literally went to Katz's earlier today, and I got like a bagel sandwich, and I asked for no Swiss cheese and no ham, and they gave me ham, and I don't eat pork because I'm kosher.
Oh, okay.
So I just took it off. I didn't send it back. I wasn't like remake this entire thing because pork touched it. I was like, you know what, like it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Whatever.
I know. Yeah, and I guess it's some businesses, I mean, it's not their fault.
Yeah, no,
You know,
that's what, and I never take it out on the wait staff or servers or anything because it's just like it's not their fault.
oh my God, have you ever waited tables before?
No, I haven't. I've worked at an ice cream stand before. It's
Okay.
not open anymore, but I worked at
Did they have good ice cream?
They did. It was expensive, like bougie ice cream. That it was like pop. I wouldn't say it's ice cream. It's like like fudgicles and stuff. Yeah, it was like that.
Ah.
And we would make it all in the house. It was cool. We did have to deal with some people though.
Yeah, and that's like in every industry. I mean, you're gonna run into people. I used to work at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I would wait on people hand and foot like I'm crazy, and I would make good money, and it was awesome. But you would have those tables that come in, like they would eat all of their food and be like, this chicken didn't taste right,
Yeah, like I want a refund.
It's like, yeah, full refund. They'd call the manager over there. They'd get their whole meal comped. I mean, a full meals, and
People
it's
like that are
man,
crazy. I'm
yeah.
like, do you like lying for fun?
I know. It's like, come on, you're telling me that chicken didn't taste right.
Yeah, like come on now. This is B-dubs.
There's not a flake of chicken on that bone.
Yeah, like come on now.
Yeah. Worst plot I've ever worked was no, not Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay.
But Olive Garden.
Oh my. Is there a horror story in particular that comes to your mind when you think about Olive Garden and your time there?
All you can eat bread.
Oh yeah, that was a horror.
It's a horror. It's very bad. I mean, if you if you are not dishing out bread like these people want, I mean, they're not happy with you.
Jeez, and like what?
I know.
Is it true you can buy cheese graters from Olive Garden? I saw a TikTok about that where you can buy like the Olive Garden cheese graters. Did you ever learn about that?
Don't know. We didn't do it at our location. It may be like specific to locations. Yeah.
Because I kind of want one. I'm not gonna
Honestly,
lie. Like I don't
yeah.
even eat at Olive Garden, but like I kind of want a Parmesan little thing.
Are you a fan of cheese? Oh, I love cheese so much.
But I'm lactose intolerant. So
Oh,
like,
no.
yes. No, I have like the worst stomach ever. It's like actually like bad. I blame my father and his genes.
Yeah, I have the complete opposite. I mean, everything sits well with me.
Lucky.
I know. Well, I say that my face starts breaking. If I eat like greasy foods and like fried foods, my face starts breaking
My
out.
face breaks out if I have too much dairy. Yeah, so like lactose intolerant on a whole other level.
It's been like that your whole life?
Yeah, my entire life I just always had stomach issues. It's like my dad. He's so cute.
I know.
I can't get over him.
Larry just he will torment everybody with love that he meets. I mean,
Larry.
he doesn't have a mean bone in his body, but he is 100% going to get in your personal space.
He's so cute though, so like it's okay.
Yeah, he is cute. I know. We run every morning, and speaking of
you.
back to Buffalo Bayou, we run from here from.
Here he comes.
I know. Come here, Larry. Come on. He just flows so freely these days. But yeah, we run all the way to Buffalo Bayou, probably about 4 miles.
Dang,
And
yeah, I
this
was about to say that's kind of far,
Yeah,
Buffalo Bayou.
This little guy, he pulls me the whole time. Like he loves to run.
Good.
And, his little nub tail is just sticking
He's
up in the air.
so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
I love Aussies.
What's up, Larry? He
They're
is a
so
cutie.
sweet. They're like the best dogs.
Yeah.
I like would go to bat with anyone like to say that Aussies are the best dogs.
He's very smart. He knows he knows his way around everywhere that we go. Like he's very familiar and he's very good at directions.
They are smart dogs.
Yeah,
They're
very
super smart.
And
So cute.
I know.
can't.
I have one. Of course, I have Larry. My mother, she has two. She has
yeah.
her cousins,
Oh.
or his cousins. I'm sorry, Larry.
Hi, Papas.
But yeah, he is interesting little guy to say the least. But yeah, everybody loves him. Like I said, not a mean bone in his body, and his coat is just so beautiful.
No, it is so beautiful. I had 2 blue merles when I was 10. I got one, or no, was I 10 or 12? I'm not sure, but she passed away last May, and then our other blue merle, she was a rescue. She was a hoarder had her for like the first 5 years of her life. So she was locked up in a cage like constantly. Like the first time she touched grass was at my mom's house.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a crazy rescue like story, and like she did so good, like because we had her for 5-6 years, and she just like her entire transformation from being like this sad little dog who didn't really know what even grass or like she just gets scared, like if she stepped on like a leaf and it would crunch, she would like freak out. and she passed away in October. But yeah, they're the best dogs. I swear. Like I'm gonna get an Australian Shepherd one day.
Yeah, well, I have Larry's cousins are actually up right now.
Really?
Yeah, let me show you some
Send me the
photos.
link.
Let me see. This is let's see. Let me go. I have it right here. Stacy. Yeah, so these guys right here.
Oh.
I like the little black one.
Yeah.
The little black one is so cute. His little tongue is just like, but yeah, they're trying to get rid
They're all
of them.
minis? Mm-hmm. Nice.
I don't know.
Very cute. Yeah, we had full-size ones.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah, the full-size ones, because I've never had one. I've only had the little ones, but when I see them, I just want to like tackle
They're
them and
so
like.
cute. They're the best. Come here, Larry.
So you like dogs? You just like animals in general?
I'm a cat person.
Oh, you're a cat person.
Yeah. I'm 100% a cat person. I have a
Wow.
black cat named Baby Cat.
Oh my God.
No, but I love dogs. Like I'm an animal person, but if
Yeah.
I had to choose, I would probably choose a cat. But I
They're
think
so
I'm gonna get a dog
independent.
soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are very
Yeah.
independent, and she's great, and she doesn't make me hot at night whenever she snuggles with me because
Yeah.
she's so small and she's very sweet, and she doesn't really like anyone else but me. It takes her a while to warm up to people whenever they come over to my house.
That's a
so
funny
I like
concept,
it that
yeah.
way. I
Yeah.
like it that way. I'm like, yeah, girl, only want me.
Yeah. I had a cat one time and he was such an asshole. He was an asshole. But yeah, he ended up, he was inside for like a year of his life and he realized he didn't like it inside. So he and I was living in like the country at this point, and so he just decided that he wanted to live on the front porch.
So you're
and
like,
so I just
"Alright."
let him, like, whatever, and it wasn't a problem until he was like,
Was he fighting?
no, he was pimping out
Oh
all the
no! So you had kittens.
everywhere. I mean,
Oh,
everywhere. There was a
Lord.
point there was probably like 20 kittens under my house.
That's
yeah.
so crazy. They're so cute though.
They're so cute. Yeah.
They're so
And when they're small but feral is so it's like they're cute but they're angry at the same time, and I don't like
Yeah, I'm
it's just
taking
like
care of the 3 kittens right now, and they're all feral, and none of them will really come near me.
isn't it cute though? Like they
Yeah.
get you could see on like the pure like the cat instinct come out in
Oh, I
them,
love it. I love it.
And then dogs, baby, like puppies, they're just like
They're just there.
Yeah,
I love
they're
them. They're like,
just-
hey, and cats are like, don't look at me ever.
exactly.
Cats are like, oh, you stared at me? Let me run 4 miles away and hide.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of animals. I love dogs. I was into fish for a while.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know. I was ordering fish from like South Africa.
That's
and
crazy.
Like, and I actually had some piranhas at one point. Yeah.
What? What
I
happened
know.
to these fish?
Well, they got old and passed away.
And passed away.
But yeah, the piranhas were particularly interesting because I had them in a very big tank, and
Mm-hmm.
when it would rain and start thundering outside, these fish would go under like all the vegetation and like start hovering. Like it
Oh
was
my
the craziest
gosh.
thing. And
Natural instincts.
It was exactly like looking into the Nile River or something crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about getting a tarantula.
Ooh.
Just because I like bugs. You can't see it, but I have bug tattoos on my arm.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, you can see the dragonfly right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of tattoos. I don't
Same,
know.
yeah.
I didn't wear short sleeves today.
I'm trying to fill up my leg right now.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I have a bunch of different faces on my leg that I'm
Oh, nice.
trying to kind of fill up and get some form to.
Is it like celebrities' faces or like your family?
No,
Or
no, just like
random faces.
Random faces, like
I like that.
like I have a couple masks on there that
Oh,
look cool.
nice.
And then there's this like Dia de
De
las
los
Muertas,
Muertos,
yeah,
yeah.
a little like cool looking witchy lady.
A little. What are they called? Calaveras.
Maybe.
I think that I don't know what they're called. Like the sugar skulls, or is it like no? That's a sugar
No,
skull.
no.
It's a calavera. I'm
no,
pretty sure.
it's not a skull, but
Oh.
it's like this. It may be considered what you're saying. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I need to be more cultured. But yeah, and then I also have like little small wording like all over my body.
Yeah, I
It's
noticed
like
that you have like
the-
control.
Yeah.
And you
these
have
are
you have a
notes.
scythe. I do too.
Yeah.
I have a whole reaper.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that?
My name Tessa means reaper,
Ah.
and my middle name is Faye. So fairy. So it's a Reaper fairy. I just didn't get wings on it.
Oh,
Yeah, my
that's
mom's always
awesome.
like, it just represents me, and it's also like, it's my memento mori tattoo, which means like I accept death whenever it's my time. Like I truly believe that we're all destined to be on some side of life path, and whenever it's my time to go, I accept that, because what am I gonna do to fight it? Am I gonna be upset?
Right,
Like, what are you
yeah.
gonna do, right?
Yeah. Honestly, that's kind of the basis of why I got this is because like growing up, I had a good friend and he passed away, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, like the days on this earth are finite, you know?
Yeah, and they're so fragile.
And when
Tomorrow's not promised for anyone.
exactly, you know, and I was like, when it is my time, it is my time, you know?
Exactly.
And I think that that's a perfect representation of you know,
Yeah.
of what that is.
Look at
So,
us, twins.
I know, twinning. Yeah. Yeah, the stuff on the internet that you could find is just crazy. I mean, you could find things about anybody.
Anybody,
You know what's
anything.
crazy? So I just started this podcast a couple weeks ago, maybe 6, I think 5 or 6. And I got on Chat GPT a couple nights ago, and I may have been a little stoned, you know. And I was
As
like,
one is.
I said, "Who is Jared Broadham?" This is my name.
Yeah.
And it said, Jared Broadham's living in Houston. He runs the Space Jumper podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Right outside of downtown. And he works at XYZ and all this stuff. And
That's
I'm like,
scary.
I was like, oh my God. And here's the thing. I searched it again to show my friend. And it was like, we don't have any information past 2020. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, that there's maybe like some bugs go, like a glitch or something.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I mean,
Maybe it
was,
depends on like what thing you click.
Is that Larry with the cigar?
Larry with a cigar.
Come here, Larry.
There you go.
Yeah.
Larry, come here.
Oh my God.
No, it's crazy. I've talked to, I haven't talked to Chat GPT, but like you can ask it literally anything. Like, write me a story about an orange witch who wants to find love, and it will literally like write out a whole story, or like write me a play about a unicorn and a man. And it's like, okay.
AI, the ability of AI is
AI
just,
scares me.
I mean, it's crazy.
Like I see it even like with the filters, like on TikTok, the AI is just, it's going out of control. I think it's ultimately going to be our demise. It's going to
Yeah.
like, well, Elon Musk is saying like, by the year 2050, all AI will be smarter than any human being. And I'm like, why are we doing that?
Yeah.
Like,
and,
we've seen how this ends in movies and stuff. Why are we doing that?
and then Neuralink, his company Neuralink,
Yeah, I'm good.
is implanting these this like supercomputer into your head, so
Yeah,
you could
no,
have
I'm good.
have knowledge on tap. So
I'd rather not.
I wouldn't be the first one, but I actually did see a video recently of one of the guys that got it done, and come here, Larry. He wants a cigar so bad.
Larry,
Here, I'm gonna send that over there.
come here.
But yeah,
here.
I did see a video of the guy that got an implant in, and he was looking at the screen and he was like moving the mouse around
Yeah,
with like
no.
free-handed. I mean, that's crazy.
No, I think
Wow.
that's fake. Because like how, I don't know, like,
But if it's not though, if it's
if
not,
it's
it's like,
not-
oh my God, you know, there's
if
a
it's
lot
not,
of,
that's terrifying, and we need to put an end to it.
Yeah.
Immediately.
and then and not just AI, but AI combined with people's locations. I mean, you have like these cars that are driving themselves, and
No, I
they're
don't
always
like.
being tracked.
I don't like Teslas either. Have you seen Leave the World Behind?
Yes.
Oh my God, the Tesla scene. No, I was like, absolutely not. Like, oh
Isn't
my
that crazy?
gosh.
I mean, and it's so real. It's I mean, you know, like if you have a malfunction in any type of software or like a hack, I mean, anything is possible.
Anything. Like I remember when my stepmom went to Vegas like a couple years ago, and they got hacked, and like their entire systems were down in Vegas, where like you couldn't buy anything on cards. Like everything had to be cash.
Oh my
ATMs
God.
were down. Like hotels couldn't charge people. Restaurants couldn't charge people. And it's just like, what?
Yeah, I
What
mean,
is stopping
somebody-
like a
yeah.
massive cyber attack from happening?
Yeah, I was about to say somebody has to be responsible for that. You know, I mean, that's some pretty serious stuff.
That is pretty serious, and it's
Yeah.
scary. Like, why? I don't get Teslas. It's like, why would I want a car that can drive away and like
Yeah.
leave me stranded?
Yeah, I want an old classic car, just something that I have to
Me
turn
too.
turn the key and I just feel the rumble underneath, like
I want
that's
like an old Cadillac, Fleetwood,
oh, okay.
like Elvis, like pink Cadillac vibe.
I have a guy coming on here. He runs Cadillacs and Coffee in Houston.
Oh,
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah, it's a group. Yeah, so they do all I mean, they put the swingers on them babies and
Good.
do
That's
some candy
Houston.
paint. Yeah, honestly, yeah, it's so Houston. That's why I wanted him on here to
That
kind
is
of
very
represent the
Houston.
city. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to represent Houston better, honestly. I like barely do in my content. Like I'd say that I'm from Houston. I'm proud to be from Houston. Whenever anything goes wrong, I will obviously like post about my city and like, God forbid another Harvey happens or something. Like I
Yeah.
will hopefully be able to help out more. Because when Harvey happened, I didn't have a platform at all. So
No.
I'm hoping like whenever the tornado went through a few weeks ago or like that windstorm,
Yeah,
whatever.
what the hell? How did you do in that?
I was at Carbach with my best
Oh,
friend on her birthday.
Oh my God.
And what's it called? My mom, like the power went out and we were stuck inside Carbach for like an hour. And my mom wasn't answering the phone because all the phone lines were down. My dad and my brother were answering. So I was like, okay, we're good. I'm going to go to my mom's house to make sure that her and my stepdad, I don't even think he was in town, are okay. And I went there and she was like, I've been trying to call you. Like all the lines are down. She's like, our tree fell. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I had to drive home in the aftermath or like drive to my mom's house. And from Carbach to my mom's house is usually like 15, 20 minutes. It took me almost 45
Oh
because
my
all the
God.
traffic lights were down. There was debris on the road. The freeways were shut down. Yeah,
Oh wow.
it was scary, but I was like, I need to get to my mom right now.
Yeah. I know. I was here, and of course, my family's out of the city,
Mm-hmm.
and so I couldn't get a hold of anybody. All the calls were not going
Yeah.
through, and I'm like, oh, I had a guest that day coming on.
You're like, oh my God.
And I was like, oh my God, we are so screwed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
It's all good.
Oh yeah, that was my camera fan. I had to put this fan on my camera because the dang thing started overheating.
That happens.
I have freaking expensive camera and
No, they still overheat, I
yeah,
promise.
40 minutes in and it starts having issues, which is kind of ridiculous, but
Hey, camera.
yeah. It's watching us right now.
Thank goodness.
Through AI.
Ugh, that's terrifying.
But yeah, no, the advancements are really insane, and I don't know what the future holds as far as advancements and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. But yeah, it's like I said, what a time to be
What a
alive.
time to be
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a crazy time. It's really weird.
Crazy, yeah.
It's a really weird time. Like, I'm kind of like, where's this going to go in the
Yeah,
next, like, 20 years?
Technology's weird. Weather's
Yeah.
weird.
Weather's weird.
Weather's really
Political
weird.
climates are weird all over the
Oh.
world. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's very crazy, very
yeah.
sad.
Yeah. A lot of problems everywhere you look.
Yeah, and that's why like I try and focus on like one thing. Like and in Hebrew we have this saying called tikkun olam, and it's like fixing the world. And it means like fixing the world with doing small things to make the world a little bit better, like a better and better. Like so like feeding the cats. So
Right.
handing out food to homeless people, like that's fixing the world. It's tikkun olam.
I like that. Yeah.
It
I
is
like that a
pretty
lot,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is just a random thought that popped in my head, and it has nothing to do with that. But
no.
going back, I ran into Sketch coming out of
No way.
coming out
Wait,
of a
what's
Jack
up,
Harlow.
brother?
Yes, what's up, brother?
What's up, brother? Tuesday.
But yeah, no, we were leaving a Jack Harlow. It was one of the free Jack Harlow concerts downtown, and we walk out. I walk out, and he's just like chilling there, and I was like,
Like,
oh my! I was
Sketch?
like, is that his girlfriend? And
Wait,
it was like
did he have like a really pretty girl with
just
him?
a hottie.
Oh no.
And I looked, and I think that was his mom, and I'm like, oh my God. So shout out Sketch's mom.
Shout out to Sketch's mom. What's up, mother?
What's up, mother? Yeah,
That's hilarious. When
that
did that
is hilarious.
happen? When was Jack Harlow in town?
probably maybe 3 months ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
found out about Sketch not too long ago. I have a
Really?
17 or now 18-year-old brother, so it's like
Oh my God.
he's like very much into like, what's up, brother?
That's
Like,
hilarious, yeah.
Tuesday, like good teams, like whatever he says, like good teams, good players, good teams.
Yes, yeah, and
Yeah. Tuesday.
Yeah, Sketch is a funny guy, man.
Shout out to Sketch.
He was he actually popped off as soon as I saw him. And then next thing you know, he's like hanging out with.
Yeah, he's huge. He's hanging out with like Nelk Boys, right? Or something like that.
Yeah. And then hitting all the UFC fights.
Yeah,
and
no.
I
I
was
love UFC.
Honestly,
I wish I could play Madden on Twitch or whatever streamer he plays on.
Exactly.
Good for him.
I have a good friend. Shout out to my boy Trent. He is working his way up. He's about to be 4-0 on his professional fights, but he's working out there in Sacramento, California. And I'm hoping one day he'll hook me up with some tickets. Yeah. But yeah, I love UFC. I love UFC. Did you watch this one last weekend?
No, I didn't. Was that Sean Strickland? I think I saw.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah,
Sean,
I think
he was co-main event.
Yeah, I saw Sean.
Sean Strickland and Paulo Costa, and then the main event was wild.
Well, who was it?
It was Dustin Poirier and Islam.
Oh yeah. I saw the press before with my brother. I saw it and I was like, oh. And he's like speaking Russian like half the time, and like it was like crazy. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. If I ever come across somebody that's speaking like that with the ears that look like he's been a warrior since he was a baby. Oh yeah, the
cauliflower ears.
I'm good.
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm good.
I know better.
But like at this point, like you see guys like Sean O'Malley, who's like he doesn't look like, you know what I mean? Like he looks buff, obviously, and he looks like in shape, but like he doesn't have any marks on him. Like when he fought like Cheeto, he had that one good like hit in the face, I'm pretty sure. But like, did you see that fight with Cheeto and Sean?
I did. The second one?
Yeah. When he slammed him in the freaking face with his...
Ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
And shout out to Cheeto for eating it.
Yeah, for eating
honestly,
it and kept it up.
If he hits anybody, any normal person with that knee, they're done.
No, he's the number one striker too, no?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, and bantamweight? Is he bantam?
Yeah.
No, he's dope. Like, he's really dope. He makes me not want to mess with anyone ever.
Yeah.
He's super dope. I really like Sean O'Malley. I think he's so funny.
It's always the tall, lanky guys that are straight killers.
And he has the best personality, too. He's so funny. His Instagram's so funny. I love Sean O'Malley.
I saw a video of him. He was drunk and went and hopped in like a fountain.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love that. Like,
no, have you seen the video of him where he's like training day and it's like his friend on like the thing and he like hits the bong, kicks the bong, and then starts that's like so hilarious. I'm like, so funny. Shout out to Dana White for letting his athletes do whatever they want.
Honestly, that is such a key point in business, you know. If you have guys under you, let them do what they want, you know, because that's how you get the most productivity out of them, you know. That's how they have their output, you know.
And they take care of themselves before the fights too. Leading up whenever they're doing training camp. Like I don't think Sean, he might smoke a little bit, but I don't think he's drinking during training camps or anything like that. They take themselves seriously. Yeah. They are definitely like very good athletes.
Yeah. Have you seen the weight cuts?
Yeah,
that they do?
I have.
Oh my god!
Where they literally just drink water for like 3 days straight and they cut.
It looks like death, honestly. Yeah. Like I mean, some of the guys that walk up there, they have to be carried off because they're in such bad shape.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, dude. Come here,
I have my last pair of Invisalign up here,
and you're like, Larry, please no.
And I swear to God, he loves Invisalign more than anybody in the world.
He be chewing up your Invisalign or what?
Every single one of them. I'll hear a little crunch, and by that time I'll look at it, and it's already mangled.
And you're like, great, thank you. Yeah. Just paid $4,000 for that. Thank you.
I'll go down because I have my dentist is actually under the studio.
Oh, nice.
And so I'll go to the dentist, and they'll be like, "Are you saving your trays?" And I'm like, "Mm-hmm."
You're like, "I'm trying."
Yep, I'm saving them. I was like, I'm not. I mean, I don't even know what to do.
Right.
Come on, Larry. But yeah, he's a mess. I love him to death. He doesn't have a mean bone in his body, but he's there. So
he is so sweet. Hi.
So I guess we'll go ahead and start wrapping this thing up. Why don't you go ahead and tell people if somebody's wanting to start doing TikTok videos and starting to have some type of voice, what would you tell them?
Well, first start off, like to blow up, you need to figure out what your niche is, whether you want to do get readies with me, like Alex Earl. Alex Earl's very good at her get readies with me and like, oh, do this with me. She's a very glamorous person, very nice person also. You need to find your niche, like whether it's cars, get readies with me, lifestyle vlogs, traveling, podcasts. You just need to find your niche. And then once you find your niche, you really need to, it's a lot of work to like research the algorithms and see, okay, this is hitting, this isn't. And then also just making sure that like once you find your niche, you try and stay in it as much as possible. Obviously, when you get bigger, you can go from it. But the best advice to grow is find a niche, figure it out. Like Riley, for example, she does the What to Do in Houston, Texas, right?
Right.
And that's her niche. And she's like getting pretty big off that and locally. And that's pretty awesome. And like I think she's bringing very good, like a light to the city and everything. And I would also say, if you're going to blow up, when you start blowing up, managers are going to hit you up, agencies are going to hit you up, companies are going to hit you up. I would say stay independent as long as possible, because all managers do, they do help a lot. I love my manager to death. Shout out to Alex. But they take a cut of your money. They take 20, 30%. And, all you're doing is answering emails. Then, oh my God.
Hello? Oh my God. Okay.
Should we finish?
Check.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
I was like,
should we finish the
I was
interview?
like, there's just so many buttons over there. I don't know what he touched.
No, that was perfect. Keep that in, please. No, but I would just say try and stay independent as long as possible, because when you do blow up, lots of agencies will hit you up to try and say, oh, they're blowing up. We could definitely get them, promotions. We can get them brand deals. We can make money off this person. Do it as long as you can. I signed to an agency literally in the beginning of this year. So I've been doing it by myself for almost 4 years.
Right.
And it just got to the point where I was like, I don't want to answer emails. I don't want to reach out to brands anymore. And my manager that I'm with now was giving me promotions and brand deals without being signed. And so I was like, you know what? He's been loyal to me for like the past 3 years. Like I'm going to sign to him. Like he's proven that like he's cool and he's looked out for me like in the industry and stuff. So I ended up signing to him, and it's honestly a really good decision, but I'm really glad that I stayed independent for so long.
Very cool. So actually, how do you go about getting sponsorships and partnerships with companies as like an independent?
Most of the time they'll reach out to you through your business email. You put an email in your bio, they'll reach out to you, or you can reach out to them yourselves and be like, hey, I have this many followers. This is my niche that I go for. And I think that we could be really good together. Like, for example, I just got a deal with, I think, Garnier, and they reached out to me and I filled out this form. And I'm working with them now, but I've reached out to plenty of people, like White Fox I've reached out to, and I've worked with them before. So it's really whether they reach out to you or you reach out to them. If you like their brand, if you like their what's the word? I don't know, products, right. Then definitely reach out. Like the worst they could say is, we're not looking for someone right now.
Right.
Like we're not looking for anyone to do anything right now.
So the people reaching out, is there a lot of spam?
Yeah. That's another reason I got a manager, because I was like, I don't want to go through every single email. I'm like, don't press the button again, dude. And we're like,
take the cigar.
Make sure he doesn't eat it.
Yeah.
No,
take
but
the cigar.
Yeah,
Stay quiet.
Yeah, just there is a lot of spam. There's a lot of unnecessary or just bad opportunities that are given, I guess, or just poorly. I don't even know what the word is. I can't even think right now. Poorly just presented opportunities where I'm like,
yeah.
No,
and there's bad businesses out there too.
There are bad businesses.
So you definitely have to watch out.
Yeah, so it is really nice to have a manager who goes through and all he does is he reads the emails, negotiates for me, and then he just brings the deals to me, and he'll be like,
that's cool.
Yeah, or he'll be like, hey, how much do you want to charge for this? And he'll give me an example what the brand wants, and I'll be like, oh, this much or this much. He'll be like, okay, bet I'm gonna try and get this much. Sometimes he'll even be like, okay, I'm gonna try and get $100 extra for you. We'll see. He's really great. I'm really blessed. I've heard some manager horror stories in the industry.
Yeah, honestly, same.
And he's the best. Honestly, he's so good.
So what kind of stuff are these companies having you do? You just have it in your video, or
on TikTok or on stories on Instagram. It's just wear a shirt. Maybe if it's a clothing company, if they want me to for example, if it's a food company or a supplement company, I'll show how I use my supplement throughout the day, or I'll incorporate it in my day. And it just depends really what the company's asking, or like there's sound promotions on TikTok where it's like, hey, use this sound or use this song and we'll pay you X amount.
Right. Well, very cool. Yeah, and I know that a lot of people, maybe some of the people listening to this right now, may have the dream to do what you're doing, but don't know the steps and don't know the process. But I'm glad that you're here to say it is possible, and you
it
can
is
do
possible.
This. Yeah.
And this is coming from a girl who used to make YouTube videos in her room when she was 12 years old and get 12 views. You can do it.
Well, there you go, folks. But yeah, no. So, lastly, let me just say thank you for coming to do this. Yeah,
thank you. Oh my God, this was so much fun. Please have me back.
It was a good time. Yeah. No, we'll definitely run it back. So here's my thing. This is episode 20. I'm not. I'm trying to work on being a host and and how to herd the conversation and things like that.
You did good.
Well, thank you.
This felt very natural and like very free flowing. You did good.
I think I love it. I love it, and there's some things that, when I rewatch these that I could work on and critique myself. But, I'm expecting my goal is by episode 100 to be very good.
You're pretty good so far, dude. Like, I'm not going to lie. It felt very natural, very good conversation.
Well,
yeah, very good questions. And you did good with leading off of like what I was saying.
Well,
very good.
Yeah.
And that's hard to look for sometimes. Sometimes people can't get that down, but you can. So.
Well, we're going to dive in a little bit deeper. So lastly, where can people find you at?
At Tess Krauser, TessKrauser on all platforms.
All right, there you go. Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Like I said, we'll run this thing back one day.
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Dude, you're the best.